Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, it's 1:11. I've changed location position on the table because the sun is really hot. I actually need to reach over and get my cards. So um, let's do a divine feminine read. I only have 36% on the battery. Let's just grab these cards. Let's just pull them over. Is anything in them? Might be. I think I can got access to all now. Wasn't very well prepared. Okay. So do I want the glasses on? They might be better to hold back the hair for the moment. Okay, so a very interesting divine masculine reading I've just put up, and it's really just saying that you can kind of like, this week, just let divine deal with the divine masculine. They're being enlightened to such a degree where it's kind of shaking their foundations a little bit more. So they're going to come to a deeper understanding. They feel quite defensive, as if they want to kind of handle this part alone. And okay, I need to put these cards together. Where's my Rider-Waite? Here. It's weird that one just fell. Okay, so allow the spiritual and material balancing to take place with the divine masculine to learn the kind of learn the meaning behind it. The laws of the universe, divine is going to be enlightening them. So okay, I just feel that's like confirmation there. I'm going to definitely put my glasses on. The sun is just okay. Right up here, that's better. Let's shuffle these cards. Let's see if we can get a story for the divine feminines this week. I've already tried twice, but for some reason Lily kept, at one point she kind of knocked my headphones out. There was just this distractions that maybe turned the camera off. I mean, there were good 30-minute recordings. I will tell you now that all they say is divine is dealing with the divine masculine. They're enlightening. You're to just stay in your star element. That's what it came out with twice. The world, there you go. You're in your protective bubble. You're okay. You're safe and secure where you are, divine feminines. Everything else is operating outside of you, as it should be. So the world card, a cycle is being wrapped up. You're already in the middle, so it makes me feel that you've gone through the illusion. Now you're in this protective bubble now. The Six of Pentacles again. So it's like you're protected, I want to say. That card was bent. The song, we're not broken, just bent. We can learn to love again. Totally lost the tune to that one. You know the song I'm talking about. We're not broken, just bent. We can learn to love again. So the card was really bent. And all it done was slide out of here. So let's straighten. Divine straightening up the divine masculine. Okay? And you're in your protective bubble. Let's find out more. Divine masculine has these defences up. Okay? Let me get a bit more. He's working on his security. That's why his defences are up, because he's the King of Pentacles there. So he's going to be going through maybe some financial challenges. It's the end of the road though. So it's kind of like now wrapping up these final cycles. We know that the money with issue, come on, money comes with issues, big time. Absolutely big time, causes chaos like no one's business. Money. So, and that's exactly what's happening with the divine masculine's life. Money is causing issues big time. Okay, so there's money issues. But the guidance has most definitely been for the divine feminine's energy is you're learning to let go of that and trust the divine. So divine now is kind of communicating with the divine masculine. He's quite defensive, but he's going to reach the end of the road here. So there is going to be some enlightenment about, I want to say about the divine delivering the message regarding always like to look at this card here. If you have a look, they've got kind of got designer label on there, so it's about giving and receiving. Okay, so as you give, the universe will kind of provide. Lily, you're not coming on my lap. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to tell you a big no. I haven't even finished brushing down all the hair that's on me, so it's a no. Oh, what's that? 2 cards falling on the floor. Let me just have a look. Three of Pentacles. Okay, so that's about coming into partnerships with like-minded people. I want to say here's the Divine Masculine here as the apprentice, and then he has 2, let's just say that they are our ancestors, because there's a lot in the Divine Masculine's reading regarding about connecting to the wisdom of people before us who maybe have travelled that path, can help us and guide us and light our way. Now, the Seven of Cups, this is the decision card. Okay, it's when you're kind of in the illusion stage. So the Seven of Cups can be about actually manifesting your dreams into reality. Now it's in reverse, so this card can mean it's time to get out of the illusion and work in the actual physical now. So, but being in reverse, it may be that the kind of there's enough vision now to make a decision. Enough vision to make a decision. Okay, I love it. Oh, I should write all these down, you know. I threw out one, I think, in the Divine Masculine's reading. So, poetry, I love it. Well, if you want to call it that. So, I feel that there's enough vision to make a decision. But there needs to be this time. Okay. We've got 2 here, and then we have the passionate Divine Masculine. Have a look at his face. It's the horse is ready to go. He's still a bit apprehensive, and it's about approaching the Divine Feminine here. So the Divine Feminine's here in her independence and her glory, let's just say that, and very contented in her own comfortable world, and the Divine Masculine's like wanting to come in and inject some passion into that. But he's not sure, is he? Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. For some reason I'm told to stop there. Queen of Pentacles. So that's actually about marriage, a wife card, going from that to that. She's independent, and then she's in a committed, stable, secure relationship. Masculine's coming in with passion. So it's like Divine sent him on his way. I can't believe I've got a fly in here. I just had to change my cup a minute ago because we're just sorry. I've just kind of his passion. I just flicked coffee on it. That makes me feel as if you're kind of like, to be honest with you, if you were pissing on someone's firework and stopping like the passion. So I'm not sure why I'm saying that. But we have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I don't know, it just comes out. Let's just go with it. Who pissed on my firework? Fairy Tarot. Nine of Winter. Unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios and allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. Now, it looks like there's a feminine here, and she's kind of praying by moonlight. The curtains are green, which makes me feel, you know, from the heart chakra. I feel like this is the Divine Feminine sending the Divine Masculine kind of healing energy. It's a feminine here. The Nine of Swords, Nine of Winter is about being kept awake at night. Okay, and it's unfounded fear that's keeping you awake. Focusing on worst case scenarios and allowing worry to grow out proportion to the problem. So I feel there could be this energy of being awake at night, maybe contemplating what's going on with the Divine Masculine and their healing process, and maybe just sending this healing love, this energy. It's this feeling of hoping that it works for the Divine Masculine. So I'm not going to read from the book, although I was slightly drawn to, but I can come back to it if I want to. The Prince of Winter. So this is the surveillance card of the Divine Masculine here, but it says that he's intellectual, determined, focused and impulsive, seeking out intellectual solutions to your problem and the need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. I think that once the Divine Masculine, I see he's out of the illusion stage, okay, and bringing it into the physical, and I think once there's enough knowledge, then he'll just know what to do. Let's get one more. Ace of Summer. Open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship, or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. So I feel for the Divine Feminine to keep your heart open. Look how she's holding her kind of heart here. It's like unfounded fear, okay, and you're focusing on worst case scenarios. The Divine Masculine here is gaining knowledge, okay, so the awakening of psychic abilities and spiritual epiphanies. And then that's the card that just kind of said it all. What's the bottom of the deck? Six of Winter. Okay, it's about moving on now. So positive changes are on their way. Two aeroplanes up there, very quite close together actually. And then two birds. Where are they off to? The Ark? Everything's going 2 by 2. Okay. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times, travelling or relocating. I said, where are they off to? It's about moving on. It's a moving on card. I'm going to read the message for this one. Six of Winter. Positive changes are on the way. The challenging times fade away. Sorry. The challenging times fade away as you prepare to set sail for sunnier horizons and happier shores. Leave your troubles behind you and plot a course for the future. I don't know, future. Allow your frustration over past inconveniences or hardships to disappear and embrace the new dawn. Travel, especially over water, may be in your future, or your journey may be a metaphorical one. Opportunities to move or relocate should be looked upon favourably. Okay. A fairy navigates his boat towards the village in the distance. While there may be ice still floating in the water, the scene here shows the warmth that the future holds. And that's interesting because I was quite focused on the snowflakes, okay, in this card, and I just thought that it felt like he was thawing out. Additional meanings for this card: life moving on, facing your problems so that they no longer trouble you, and a welcome relief, choosing a new city to live in. Okay. Let's use the Psychic Tarot. Make sure I've got no buggies in my drink. I can hear the laptop, it might be overheating. So let's get this reading kind of done as quick as we can. Patience. There's Temperance here. Okay, balancing out the masculine, feminine energy. I'm not going to read the card. You can see it's the balancing of divine masculine, divine feminine energy. It takes time. There's that stream coming in, I want to say, from divine, helping with the divine masculine to balance out his feminine energy. You can see that, look, where the stream's coming, and his actual cloak there is green. Now, why do I feel that this could be, I said about the divine feminine kind of transmuting that energy to the divine masculine and helping him to grow. Or it's like kind of a distribution of the divine feminine's energy, so sending the love and compassion. Okay, so I feel that that's really helping. You can see the cloak changing into the feminine here. But look, the flower's actually branching over onto the masculine side. But with the lilac here, I want to say the enlightenment. And look at the clothing turning to green. And solar plexus chakra, so the divine's working on the willpower, the I can attitude. Okay, we might read this one for the solar plexus because it comes in really well with like the chariot card, having the willpower, having that nudge, confidence. So let me just read. The colour's yellow, the sound is ram, the element is fire, the glands is pancreas and adrenal, and the words I can. Keywords I can. The solar plexus chakra is located between the navel area, just below the rib cage. It represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy centre where your emotions and feelings are recorded. This chakra is associated with clairsentience, inner feeling, which is a major psychic reception area. To balance the chakra, you may want to try yoga, dance and movement, or breath work with colour. In addition, be aware of people who drain your energy. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help you open and harmonise this area. I spoke yesterday about kind of using my body, and I spoke about aligning my chakras, but because I can focus kind of on my necklace here, okay? So if you know where the alignment of the chakras are within, you know, your body, okay? I do actually work on kind of activating those by drawing in energy with movements, and it's very much a bit, I suppose, like yoga that has movement to it, like poses, but you're more drawing in the energy, and I think this is really helping. It's been a lot about connecting with music and movement, flexibility. Okay, I'm going to get another one from here. The Queen of Pentacles has kind of slid off the top of the pack, and I can see it's not quite revealed, but it's the Ten of Pentacles. It's the legacy, but for some reason it's actually covering up the masculine's face. So, rejoice in celebration. I am going to read this one. The Three of Cups. When you look at it with the I can, especially with the Temperance card here, patience, okay, and rejoice in celebration. I spoke about movement and how, you know, it's all helping. So a time of merriment, celebration, birth, success and victory is at hand. And that's why I wanted to hold up, because the seed growing on the divine masculine's hand there, I want to say. You're doing what you love most, and you are pursuing your passion. When you follow your heart and intuition with zeal, there are no limits to what you can achieve. When the energy of excitement and love is present, you can feel it moving within you. Somehow, love has a way of showing you that you're connected to something much larger than yourself. The number 3 symbolises unity, a time to rejoice in gratitude and sharing, whether it's with family members, friends, or even co-workers. This is a moment of fruition for all of your dedicated work. So pat yourself on the back and party and dance in celebration of your accomplishments. Okay, awesome. Let's look what the bottom of the deck is. Recognition and reward. Look at this. 3 of Pentacles. Now the Three of Pentacles we've already had, haven't we? Let me just find it in here. But this is the Three of Pentacles. Let's see if it comes in. And here it is. Okay. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's a time of recognition for a completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honoured. That's awesome. Divine Masculine is definitely, it's like his rite of passage. These abilities are now being honoured, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back, you deserve it. So it's both for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. It's nearly time to rejoice in celebration. Okay, let's turn the page. This card also comes forth. It doesn't, forth. This card also comes forth to represent a family or a group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving towards a common goal. How awesome does that sound, guys? Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card is a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in this material world. Okay. I'm going to get a Sacred Spirit card. Oh, where are they? Oh, they're here. I'm ever so thirsty all of a sudden. Well, that's interesting, because when I shared the YouTube video on the Facebook page, I named it Hungry for Knowledge, and I was going to say it, but I really have to watch my pronunciations. There is a bit of a story behind it, because I couldn't pronounce my words as a child. I was sent to speech therapy, and it's that th and f. And because one does have quite a Cockney accent underneath this, it's like I feel I'm a bit of a Eliza Doolittle. I really don't like my accent. So, and because I was the baby, the youngest, everyone spoke for me. So I had a bit of a problem pronouncing words. And then I kind of ducked out of school early. Went to an all-girls school. Not good. Did not enjoy it. Not learning. I didn't enjoy learning them. And anyway. So, on the Facebook page, I put "You're hungry for knowledge." And thirsty. Not thirsty. I could easily do that, thirsty. I imagine I do. I drop. Unconscious of it. I do not like it. But hey. You can take the girl out of the town, but you can't take the town out of the girl. I don't know. Energy signature. Now, this is very bizarre. It's not really, but I said I'd done this reading twice already, and this was what came up in the last reading I done. I did get to the point where I pulled this card, and it was energy signature. So I thought it was really interesting, because the Divine Masculines they had two cards that were very interesting for them. Okay, but this talks about, actually, it's time that we start speaking our truths, when we really are these change agents. And the more of us that are together sharing the same message, the more that we'll be heard. So this coming together now with like-minded people who share, a common purpose. This morning I've been working with someone so much, and we were just saying there's a lot of templates to clear through. So, okay, let's read this energy signature. 14. And if they say that there is only 144,000 of us, and how many, I don't even know how many people there are in this world. Anyway, that made me think that because it came up with 14, and I was kind of go the 144, and it is that time that we kind of, I don't know, we raise the vibration of our planet. And okay, so the past is in the present. Expose what has been hidden. So I've already read this message. I kind of know what the kind of idea of it is. Understanding that everything is energy. The air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sound, animals, people, our thoughts. All of this is energy. Quantum physics seeks to explain this phenomena. Denser or heavier energy can be felt by a human being's normal senses. Most people will already understand what it feels like to walk in a room where an argument has just taken place. Filled with an unseen tension, people react to these sensations perhaps with an immediate awkwardness or a feeling that they need to vacate the building. As people progress through life, familiar experiences such as patterns, behaviours become more clear and more evident as you pay attention to the energy of the environment, people, social gatherings, events and places around you. It is up to you, though, to be proactive with this sense of inner vision. Often you may find yourself saying, I have felt this before, or I recognise this but I'm not sure why. Currently you are being asked to read the energy of this issue and the people surrounding these circumstances. You must shine a spotlight and use all of your senses to remove these masks and expose the energy that is being hidden from you. Not only will you identify insincere and dishonest people, you will begin to understand patterns that you have created in your life that aren't serving you to the fullest. Right now, you must use your sensory and intuitive intelligence for answers. You have experienced this type of energy before, but you must ask, what is it? When recognised, you can adapt and modify your behaviour and actions according to avoid unnecessary arguments, tensions and toxic situations in your social work, or family environments. Okay. When practiced, reading the energy signatures of your environment becomes a built-in intuitive warning system. Prior to an issue occurring, you have the possibility of avoiding explosive exchanges, accidents, conflicts, or confrontation as it becomes in line with your fight or flight response, creating self-awareness and energetic resilience. So the shadow aspect is fear-mongering, secrecy, and escapist. The Archangel assistance is Archangel Gabriel, and it's clear communication, music, and creative writing. Affirmation: I remove the illusion that hides the truth. The answer is before me. Okay, I'm not going to pull another one from now. I am going to get, let's get some Archangel Oracle cards. I wasn't sure if I'd already pulled one. We're going to have to get this wrapped up, guys. I am a burn in here. My legs are. Got to teaching and learning. That came out. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas and teach these ideas to others. That came out in the last reading I done. And clear your space. It's very interesting. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. It's time to get ready. Divine Feminines, it's time to speak the truth to clear through the illusions so you can now teach what you're learning. Okay, you have a very good connection with source and the truth, the spiritual truths, which it said about creative writing. So make sure you're definitely journaling down any dreams. I've started doing that myself, being quite strict with myself to actually keep track of it, because so much is happening now. You're actually going to maybe, forget all the different stages of ascension, which is, we're here to help others so that we can kind of help them maybe bypass some of the mistakes and errors and the lessons that we've learned. It's not about, watching others suffer as we did. It's about, helping others not to have to go through the same suffering by us learning the lesson and being able to communicate that lesson clearly to others. So clear your space, include your environment in your home, just your life. It's get ready. It's out with the old so you can come in with the new. Let's get another one from here. It's a brilliant idea. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. What's that all about then? Should we read it? Because nothing's jumping out straight away. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. It's like this time for a celebration. So I think it's going to be time soon to put all our ideas, all our heads together and be able to take action. There's definitely something about a collective here. Okay. So, brilliant idea. Your idea is an answered prayer. Even though it may push you past your comfort zone, know that God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Ask for and be willing to receive all of the support that you need to bring the idea to fruition. Know that I'll be there all along the way and you can ask me for help at any time. I'm especially glad to give you ideas and creative insights to support your life's purpose. Working with Archangel Uriel. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Uriel. Uriel's energy is pale yellow, like a candle's glow. Whenever you need ideas or intellectual guidance, contact Uriel. His energy is aligned with the amber crystal. Okay. Brilliant idea. Like I said, there's so many coming through ideas about how, maybe what areas you might be considering to work in. It was only, I think, I was sharing it again with another divine feminine that I was talking to today, and I actually shared this with her and said I've had to like the message that I'm to work with small children. And I think it's something like kind of online. I'm not sure how I can do that, but it's like my impact is needed with kind of like the little ones. That's not an issue for me. I've raised children since I was like 11. I kind of really left home when my first nephew was born. And I know that it's a big role because I did really raise my two nephews. Like from my age, I was 11, and until I was 19. So a lot of years, and there were actually a lot of children I've helped care for. So it's not an issue, but I suppose maybe now that my children are a lot older, 16 and 19, 19, yeah, 16 and 19, that, yeah, I don't know, but I'm maybe being called to helping young children. A lot's coming up today about parenting. So, okay. So maybe you had an idea like that. Maybe it's not anything that, I don't know. It's just if you've got the idea, then just play with it in your mind, and Divine will help you answer the questions, I suppose, that you're asking. I don't think it's anything that I know that it's there, but there's so many things I want to do. It's like, okay, I think that reaching out to trying to reach smaller children, not sure what that's about, but I wanted to share it and I've shared it, so it must have meaning. Let's pull some well-being cards, and then I'm going to get a Mother Mary card and I'm scooting off. I felt the wind pick up then, and I thought it's not as bad as what was going on with the Divine Masculines reading. There was cards going everywhere, but and then it comes out with a card with a kite. And what does it say? It is my dominant intent to look for what I want to see. Okay. As you deliberately look for things to appreciate, praise, or enjoy, you achieve vibrational harmony with your own source and with all that is good. And then the powerful law of attraction brings more good things to you. So when you want to look for, so maybe this is coming into parenting, want to look for good parenting skills. So my dominant intent is to look for what I want to see, and that is for children to be raised and guided by their parents. That's what I would like to see, okay, by the example of their parents. So, as you deliberately look for things to appreciate, praise, or enjoy, you achieve vibrational harmony with your own source and with all that is good. And then the powerful law of attraction brings more good things to you. And that's exactly how my channel started, to be honest with you. I was out seeking for answers and couldn't find them from anyone else. So I couldn't find what I was looking for. So I kind of became it. Okay. I just always think if I'm looking for something and you're not finding it, um, that's how you make changes, isn't it? I always just kind of think other people will be asking the same questions. It's like no question is a stupid question, is it? It's only stupid if you don't ask it. So I'm not sure what I'm touching on there about being what you want to see, but it is my dominant intent to look for what I want to see. And whatever abundance I seek is mine. It's the law. Whatever I desire and then allow, I must experience. There is no exception to that. Whatever I desire and then allow, I must experience. There is no exception to that. As I hold myself in vibrational alignment with my own desire, I will experience in all ways the fulfillment of that desire. So as I hold myself in vibrational alignment with my desire, so you can see yourself doing it, say I will experience in all ways the fulfillment of that desire. It's kind of how I explained it was kind of like on the lines of, like Mrs. Doubtfire, when Robin Williams, actually, I don't know her name, but has a TV show and does all the puppets and everything. And, kids would tune in. That's where my mind's kind of going. Kids are tuning in, they have these laptops, iPads at such a young age, mobile phones now. I mean, it's even younger. I was quite, well, my eldest seemed to think that she had to have all the latest equipment, okay, because she was the eldest, she couldn't go out to play unless she had a mobile phone. So she was really kind of on it probably about the age of 10, 11. But my youngest was not bothered. She got to like 13 and I'm like, baby, do you want a mobile phone? And she wasn't really that bothered about it. But now actually being older, they're very much on their, equipment. It's kind of their world, but so are young children now. And that's what I'm talking about, parenting. Just have a look at how many children plonk their children. How many children? Well, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't want to but, is it very adult to put your child, in front of a TV or a laptop as a babysitter all the time? And it sometimes can be all the time. And then you find that your child doesn't actually want to associate with you. They'd rather just be on technology. And there is nothing wrong with that. I think as long as they're kind of, be good if they're watching really good inspirational stuff that can help them deal with like issues at school, how to, maybe even deal with maybe parents, in the house who maybe don't get on or could be quite volatile. I mean, this stuff needs to be spoken about, but with a deeper understanding of kind of raising our children with the compassion. I don't know. Who knows? God knows. We just leave it with him. But that's the kind of lines that I want to be. Having the channel of love, it was kind of like I just want a channel. Just I'd like to be on TV really all day long, just kind of doing different. And we can have different segments of knowledge, information, and that's what my purpose is with this channel. I don't want it just to be, tarot readings. That was never the intention, but it sure does help me find a subject to talk about, and it seems to be the current energy and help. So it all has meaning. But that could be children are fascinated by tarot. If I get a little tot on my lap that's about 4, and they're so intrigued that you don't really need to tell them anything. They're just like pull some cards and listen to them tell the story. It's amazing, absolutely amazing how they interpret these cards. And it's just you can really teach them lessons and help them and guide them. and hopefully be able to guide. Well, we want them to obviously be fantastic parents, don't we? And to know the importance of, you actually, when you bring a child into this world, why are you bringing that, child into this world? That's a big kind of hang up of mine. But in today's society, it's tough. Okay, it's tough if you. I was adamant my children were not going into childcare, adamant. And that does come back from that. This is another thing I was talking about today, and it's actually about children being molested when they're left in the company of other people. It is a big subject about parenting, and how children don't speak up and they don't tell their parents, and actually how was that child even put in that situation. Sometimes these are like club masters and people that you wouldn't expect, and that just from the public eye of all the greats that now, I don't know who were great, but hey, you find out something about them and their whole reputation's gone. Okay, people that we trust, and the only person I trusted was myself and my husband to raise our children, and we managed to do it. They were left a few times with my sisters, absolutely fine. But yeah, and I remember when my daughter turned 16 in June, one of the things was, I can't believe I've fucking done it. I've done it. I managed to actually be that parent that I wanted to be. Now, most of us don't even get that pleasure of doing that. Well, I think we can change it anytime. We just say we have to work. If I was to have a baby now, that baby would just come everywhere with me. It wouldn't stop me actually doing anything. Okay, it just wouldn't. A baby's not a burden. Okay, I think that, there's someone to show life to. Yeah, there was a quote. See if I got my phone, that I actually saved yesterday, and I took a screenshot of it. And this is really what I'm kind of touching on. And it says, I never want my kids to mess up and think my mother is going to kill me. I want their first thought to be, I need to call my mother. I just thought that's my kids all over. Like, too much. There's a point when they kind of, so there are I'm not saying it does them wrong, okay, to be outside, and because mine are very, it seems that I'm just a source of solutions. But they have that trust with me and that transparency. And we don't always get on, of course we don't. They don't always want to hear what I've got to say. They've got to learn their own lessons. They've got to kind of delve into the darkness of the 3D, and learn their own lessons. But yeah, theirs is going to be another way around, and it's more, they're learning the lessons now. So very interesting. I mean, they've gone through enough challenges. I'm not saying that my kids really need to learn lessons, but I feel quite blessed that actually I was be able to share on the knowledge that I have with them. Okay, I'm really off onto parenting now, and there's not many people that can do that. But if we actually understand, when you later on talk to children that were passed from pillar to post and parents didn't have the time for them, or they were too busy working. I mean, one thing my children are aware of is I am busy. I distribute my time. So they've always been used to me being on the phone and having people around the house and talking to people. They listen because I've heard them when they go out. So it's that teaching and learning. And so even though people will say, well, you're always talking on your phone, it's just like, hang on a second, you actually know what kind of time I spend with my children. Because I'll say to anybody, you only really need to give your children half an hour of focus time. They're quite happy, scoot off, yeah, and you don't need to plonk them down in front of technology, okay? But for me, raising children was, you keep your children amused, okay? You keep them entertained, happy, and you've got, the only time kids are really kind of naughty is when they're bored, okay? Having ideas, and I'm not saying you have to stay with them, it's about setting off their inspiration, their creativity. You only need to do half hour to build a camp with them, set up some stuff. You can send them off and do a piece of artwork for you for an hour. They come back, they're kind of gone for half an hour. It's about actually giving your child attention, and not really making them feel that they're really a pain. Anyway, that's me ranting about parenting. I wouldn't even go there on that one. But things like this need to be changed. The importance of parenting, in my eyes. And that's all that matters. I mean, I just want to be the parent that I seek to be. And I'm pretty proud of myself. And I know a lot of divine feminines out there are absolutely awesome mothers, parents. Let's just say mothers, because divine feminines and masculines really just have a way. They have this loving nature. That's absolutely true. I listened to a divine masculine the other day. He is quite young, and he was dealing with his dad, actually, who was very upset on the phone and crying. And then I listened to him go on the phone to his little brother and sister, because something had happened in the house, and he was calming these children down. And I just listened to him, and I thought, how beautiful is that? Listen to how he's talking and communicating with these children. And like, you know, he's 17, so amazing. Amazing. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Okay. So, Our Lady of the Ripening on the Vine. Card number 4. I ask you to surrender your future thinking to me. Allow your future, although your future contains the promise of great blessings, do not let this distract you from the blessing I bestow upon you in this moment. I ask you to open your arms to my blessings in the here and now. You are the sweet fruit heavy on the vine. The time for harvest has come, and this is your time. Many of us who love the Holy Mother are dreamers. We might be practical and hardworking, attending to the details of daily life and spiritual consciousness, but we have hope in our hearts. Yet that hope may be for the future. Our future, that of our children, of our planet. This hope is a precious light that is needed in the world. Yet our light of hope is also needed in the here and now. We need to be living the divine now, not only dreaming of a more divinely aligned life in a fantasy of our future. That's what I'm saying. I managed to live what it is that I wanted to achieve, and it is achievable. You can do it. You can do it. And you so see the rewards of doing it, and that's what we want to really, you know, I most definitely want to show others how you can do it, regardless, even whether you're halfway through. It's never too late to change your ways with your children, ever. It's the most beneficial thing that you can do. I didn't even have a very great relationship with my dad, probably from when he remarried when I was 11. So from the age of 5, when he left the family home, he didn't have any other partners, okay? He was living with my older sister, and I was really quite close to my dad. I used to hang out with him every weekend, and I'd go to his house or the numerous places he was put into. It was fantastic life. And then he remarried, and we kind of got a bit separate, and I went to actually live with my sister officially at the age of 13 when my second nephew was born. I left home, and I didn't speak to either of my parents between the age of 13 and 16. And I was just living in, we can call it a common council estate. There you go. And I feel that that's the reason why I had to. It was all my nieces and nephews have a lot of respect for me. I've had something to do with their upbringing, which for me is, you know, fantastic. They do respect me, but and that's why I know I kind of left home and skipped school, and maybe had a bit of a deeper meaning behind it. Actually, you know, I had a big purpose in raising these children. So, yeah, okay. Oh, what I was saying was, and then it wasn't really until not even that long ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago, I just decided one year that I had never had Christmas with my dad. And I made the effort, and I started talking to my dad and asking him questions about my childhood and just showing interest, not just ringing up. I timed it the other day, and I used to be on the phone to my dad for 10 minutes. We'd speak maybe twice a year. He'd ring up. It was always me having the same bollocking as in why I haven't rang. In the end, I said, well, you have a telephone as well. You know, I'm not just going to be the one. I was quite busy, and I don't know. That was my attitude. It was like, well, you can as well. There wasn't really much. We just kind of kept in contact. And then I decided I wanted to know more. I wanted to build that connection. And we have the most amazing connection now. Most amazing. And the other day we was on the phone for over an hour. And he said to me after 30 minutes, because he's on his own now, my stepmom did pass away, make her transition. Actually, that's going to be on the 1st of August, 2 years ago. And since then I've become really, my dad's birthday, and just even out of the blue, I just send him a bouquet of flowers with a balloon that says "I love you." It tells about the story, how it spins in the window in the main window. He said I had to move it. I had this "I love you" spinning round. So it was distracting me. But after half an hour the other day, he said to me, he said, "I'm going to go." I said, "Why's that then?" He said, "But I don't know, my hearing aid or something." I said, "I wanted to ask you some questions." And the question I actually said to him, and he said, "Oh, right." And I said, "I wanted to ask you why you never married my mum." And we was on the phone for another half an hour. It's interesting, that story, actually, because both my parents were married before each other. And then they met each other, and my mum became his common law wife back then. I don't know if you can still do that, but she took on his surname. We have my dad's surname. And they acted as if they were man and wife, but they never actually married. And I've never really asked. My mum's not around anymore to ask her. And so I asked my dad. And he said to me, "I'll tell you why I didn't marry your mother, because of my first fucking wife." That's what he said to me. Dad's 88. He said she was a player, she liked the men. He said, and I just lost all trust, and all the flying cards flying. I just lost all trust in women. He said, "But I have 3 amazing, beautiful daughters with your mum." And he has no bad word to say about my mum. And then he couldn't understand why the relationship between my mum and him actually split up. She was a light worker, my mum, but I think that she struggled to find the balance, okay, of being a light worker and then keeping things at home, because she actually did just kind of leave us while she went off to do her work and helped a lot of people who were single parents. And at the time, she wasn't a single parent, so it's like she became a single parent. My dad was a bit confused, and neither one of them actually got into a relationship until many years later. My dad says to me, "Yes, but look who I did meet. Work sent me, a certain place." And then he met his next wife, and they really were kind of meant for each other. And now he's on his own, and he's able to talk about all of it now, which is fantastic. But it kept him on the phone for another half an hour. I thought, I've got to ask, because I'm starting, my mum's not here. I'm not really sure. I want to know more about like pre-children days, really, to find out who they were, and then have a look at actually how having children kind of changed things. So very interesting. Should we just carry on reading this? Hope you're liking the chat, because that's what you're getting today. So the divine wants us to live in our light now, to benefit ourselves and the world with our presence. Now, yes, we are always growing, yet there is a readiness within you now. This oracle comes to you as a confirmation. There is something within you, something of you that is ready, even if the immediate reality doesn't match a fantasy that you have once held about how life would be when you would finally share more of yourself with the world. You are still ready, and this is your time to shine. It is in this shining forth that the manifestation can happen now, not in waiting for it to happen before you reach the destination. If you do this, the destination will always be in your future rather than happening now. Your manifestation happens through you as you acknowledge that you are what you are seeking already. It is just bringing it to light that needs to happen now. In this oracle, the mother asks you to honour the light that is ignited within you now, and to act upon it with utter faith. The dreamers are needed in this present moment, you see. We can help the sacred becoming, the healing of the world according to the Divine Mother's grace, by how we choose to be at this time. We are not just building spiritual consciousness for a future time, we are building it to live in now, to live in it now. Now is the time to trust. Now is the time to know that you are her chosen child, her heavenly son or daughter, and that you are divine in flesh. This is your time to be living with complete abandon into your own soul, knowing that the spiritual energy within is now manifesting itself in your physical reality. There is not only blessing in your future, there is blessing for you to succeed in this present moment. This oracle brings you a particular message that you are more ready than you think you are for whatever adventure most concerns your heart or is already right at your feet. Do not shy away. It is your time for harvest. Open your arms and gather abundance to you. Trust that your abundance will benefit others too, because the more you have, the more you can choose to share and give. Do not be afraid to receive blessings and to have what your heart desires. The manifesting desires of your heart are the heavenly fruits becoming heavy on the vine and ripening, ready to be enjoyed. Fruit that is not gathered and eaten will rot, feeding the earth to be born again, so nothing is wasted. Yet that fruit could be sweetly savoured by those capable of receiving. There is so much waiting for you in this moment. Gather your harvest, accept the goodness, and let gratitude fill your heart. You have worked hard for this harvest. Let it be rich and bountiful in all ways. Let your divine inheritance come to you now as naturally as fruit ripening on the vine. On the vine, by the vine. It's just okay. Carry on. This oracle brings you a particular message that a dream, project, or idea that you have been nursing will succeed. Yay! Keep the kids screaming. I can easily get out there on the field, games, obstacle courses. That's kind of me every day. If I could, I would organise for. I might have to get back into it because I have done youth projects for teenagers, but I think it's more maybe the little ones I'm drawn to. Yeah. Okay. So, yay. Let's do this healing process. And that was right at the end there. So, healing process and affirmation. Visualize or imagine that you are standing in a garden of paradise with rich fruit-laden trees and vines. There has been a rainfall that has just finished and the sun now shines brightly. It's like a comparison to yesterday's weather to today's. You raise your hand to a piece of fruit, and at that exact moment, it easily falls from the vine into your hand. Imagine that fruit has a golden glow, and if you can imagine, you can feel the heavy, substantial weight of it, full of goodness in your hand. You hear a voice that says, "All will come to you, my beloved. Nothing shall be withheld." Feel gratitude in your heart and appreciation for all the richness and abundance in that sacred garden into which you are lovingly invited. Stay there for several breaths or for however long feels good, sensing the abundance and plenty of the garden filled with endless natural energy. When you are ready, you may like to complete the healing process with the following affirmation. Mother Mary blesses me now. I receive the heavenly harvest with gratitude in my heart and open arms, and it is time for me now. This is my time, and my light shines now. Received in the world that I may serve her divine plan. All now falls into place through her holy grace. This is so. The brilliant ideas come through now. I remember maybe what it is, and that's because my daughter is 19 and she has a divine masculine. They live together. They're a beautiful couple. They're not working together at the moment. But when they were both unemployed, they used to go to job fairs. And they went to this one job fair, and the local councillor was there, and they have his personal number. They have photographs with him, a direct line, actually, and he keeps, because the Divine Masculine went on and actually found a job, a full-time job where my actual daughter, she is at the moment. I'm meant to be actually speaking. That's why it's just kind of come through. It's because I'm trying to help her stay with a project, helping her get her business up and going. And for some reason, I'm just feeling, I'm not sure that's the way. And I think I know now is because they have actual contacts to the local council. They're wanting to know my daughter and her partner's ideas. That they couldn't believe how two souls could energize. They were at a job fair, a whole room, and now they keep getting contacted. But because my daughter, I suppose, the confidence, and I think we might just need a push there because they want to know exactly all the kind of ideas that we've got for community projects, and I think it's about time that maybe me and my daughter give them to them. So I wonder where that's going to go. But I should speak to my daughter today and see what her kind of input is on it, because they're the ones with the contact details. But I think, you know, if you want to get anyone on board, you want it to be, you know, your local councillor. And we seem to have like direct access to him, and he's very aware of my two guys. So it's fantastic. Right, okay, I'm leaving it there. I've done a lot of talking, especially about parenting and other stuff like that. So I'm hoping it all has meanings. Otherwise, I've just had a nice little chat to myself here on camera. Much love, guys. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch up with you soon. I'll keep you updated as things progress this end. Okay, I'm going to go off and actually just chill out and enjoy my day, and maybe ring my daughter. Okay. She's really been trying to ring me. She rang me Friday asking about it, and then she rang me yesterday, and I was writing, and I was like, I can't really speak to you now. And she's like, but I want to talk to you about it. And I said, yeah, I know you do, and I'll call you tomorrow. And it's already like 12 minutes past 2 in the afternoon, so I best maybe, and it's 144 then. 1 hour and 44. It's the light workers, guys. Come on. Okay, guys, much love. Have a fantastic day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.